I've heard a lot about Control, that it was a great game, riddled with issues though on the base PS4. But lucky for me, Control Ultimate Edition released for the PS5 in 2021. I recently completed the game and the included DLC. Welcome to the takeaway. We are PS, this is awesome. Control has been a game mired and praised, developed by Remedy Entertainment. It was initially released in 2019. It earned 19 video game awards and nominated for many more. Those who listen to the show know I'm a sucker for third-person action games, so this was already my proverbial wheelhouse. The game starts off informing the gamer, this is gonna be a weird experience. This isn't your conventional game. Noted, and sort of well-received. The game absolutely nails atmosphere, and it's just beautiful to look at. From the minimal HUD, to the lighting, to the particle effects when defeating enemies. It's a stunner graphically, but for me, a game just needs to have more than just a shiny exterior. This is where the game suffers a little bit. I mean, it has enough weapons and mods to increase the power of the weapons, reload speed, increase the damage, so it does well with the weapons it provides. There are enough missions and side missions, but the game could have benefited greatly from an optional waypoint system. I found myself getting lost, and over the span of the game became really frustrated. Eventually I resorted to using the PlayStation 5 card hints to determine where I needed to go next to complete the missions. The menu system was fine, but I continued to have issues with what felt like the downstick being pressed when it wasn't. It wasn't my controller, as every other game, and even gameplay within this game, worked just fine. It was just a little buggy in the menu system. Clear the enemies. Control delivers on combat, but the game is set up with what feels like many sandboxes between checkpoints. Combat doesn't do a whole lot new, but it was responsive. And while Control does a great job artistically, it doesn't really make itself clear. At times I felt like it was trying to be a horror game and a sci-fi game, but the scary elements only lasted so long. It was never quite enough to give me the heebie-jeebies, but I wasn't sure that that was even the intention of the game to begin with. See, that leads me to my main critique of this game. I'm not even sure what the story was about. I spent about 14 hours in this game world, accomplishing missions, searching for TVs, printers, telephones, objects of power, wandered through a strange motel room after pulling lampshade cords. It's in the wildly complex story that the game truly lost me. By the end of the game, I was ready for it to be over. I got an ending, but I felt nothing. No resolve, no emotion at all. I'm not sure whatever happened. The game has real live actors also, which are stitched into the game, but surprisingly, it doesn't feel as jarring as you would think it would. The Ultimate Edition of Control gives the player an option to play in performance mode or in fidelity mode. I gotta say, I tried fidelity. It was just way too choppy for me. It felt subdued. It felt like I couldn't move around. That compared to the performance mode is like night and day. So if you're gonna play this game, you almost have to play it in performance mode. I mean, I looked through all the collectibles, which should have woven an obvious tapestry of understanding about the story, but it was still just way too confusing for me. Despite being perplexed by that story, the game delivered on combat and visuals. The acting was good, and it pulled off some interesting mechanics. I just feel so burnt on being confused the entire time about the story and where I needed to go next to complete my next mission. While my opinion may be unpopular, I don't think I'll be revisiting the world of Control when the inevitable Control 2 is released. Thanks for watching. My name is Fred Oakman, and this has been another episode of The Takeaway. We are PS This Is Awesome, a PlayStation podcast. Please subscribe to our channel and dial into the next PlayStation podcast every Monday. Until next time, adios.